My name is Nardin. This is my story. I have always longed to be accepted. When I belonged, I felt a sense of safety, a sense of security. In high school, I had a lot of trouble fitting in. I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. I desperately searched for acceptance. I began to put on masks and began to morph myself into the person that others wanted me to be. I hid who I really was from everyone because I knew that I was weird and I was just afraid that nobody would accept and love the real me. I was pretty much putting on a show when I interacted with others. I was always morphing myself to be the person that a certain group wanted to be friends with. For instance, if I wanted to belong to a certain group, I would pretend like their interests were my interests, and I would laugh at their jokes even though I didn't think they were funny. I was doing all these things just to feel like I belonged somewhere. I was doing well at some point. I felt like I did belong. I felt like I was accepted, but I was not at all satisfied. I knew that people loved and accepted the fake me because they never really knew who I was, the real me. Keeping up the act and constantly evaluating every single thing I did was exhausting. I was just so sick of it, and I was so sick of being fake. I always knew that God loved me, but during this challenging time in my life, God's love meant so much more to me than it ever did. God was the only one who knew who I really was, and He still loved me. God knows everything about me. He knows all my faults, my failures. He knows my fears. He knows everything horrible I've done, and He still loves me. I realized that God accepted me. God loved me, so much so that He sent Jesus to die on the cross for me so that I can be accepted by Him. Acceptance by God is so different than acceptance by others. Acceptance by God is real. God knows who I really am. He knows everything, and He still accepts me. And God's acceptance is unconditional. We didn't do anything to earn God's love and acceptance, and we can't do anything to earn it, and He freely gave it to us, and it's not something we can lose. God's love gave me the security I needed to rip off the masks I had on. I felt safe to show the world who I really was. God created me the way that I am, and I shouldn't be afraid to show the world who that person is. God's love and acceptance changed me. I do still struggle with acceptance. I do still struggle with keeping those masks off. But it's no longer where I get my worth. It's no longer my deepest desire, my longing, and my purpose. Because I have something so much greater, and that's God's love and acceptance. My name is Nardin. This is my story.